Good morning, Horizon. For today's Lent Devotional, we're in John 3:16 through 18, and I'll be reading out of the ESV. Verse 16, For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but in order that the world might be saved through him. Whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only Son of God. So I knew verse 16 really well as a young kid, but it never had like a deep impact on me until I was in my early teens. I'd gone on a mission trip to Haiti with my youth group. And a few years before, Haiti was hit by a massive earthquake. By the time I went, they were still suffering from its effects, and those effects compounded on the existing poverty. Seeing this, I felt really overwhelmed. I saw the amount of need for basic human necessities like food and water and shelter, but I also saw the need for deep spiritual healing that the country needed. The culture shock had me really struggling with God's love for the world. It was clear to me that most people in poverty would never be able to escape it. And I was deeply heartbroken. So as the rest of my youth group slept awkwardly in their plane seats, I opened my Bible to John 3:16. My reaction to 16 was, yeah, I've heard that before. But as I read on to 17, I had realized I'd never read 17 before. I've never read 18 before. And the last line in verse 17, in order that the world might be saved through him, really brought me a lot of hope and a lot of comfort, knowing that God sent his Son for more than just me and my individual sake, but for the world as a whole. And that because of his love, he wants to save the world. And as my understanding for God's promises grow, I'm learning more about the hope that God sent through his Son. Jesus really is a sign for God's love and plan for salvation for individuals, but also the world as a whole. And we're really blessed to be invited to participate in that. And so as I approach Mexico, I'm thinking about this passage again. I'm grateful to be invited to participate in the restoration of God's kingdom and bringing his love throughout the world. So as we go throughout our days, just keep that in mind, that we're invited to participate with God as he shows his love throughout the world. And that's just a really beautiful thing that we get to participate in.